Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us here for KREM 2 News First at 4. I'm Whitney Ward. Okay, if you picked up a Powerball ticket from the Maverik in Airway Heights, double check your numbers, double check your ticket. According to Washington's lottery, someone bought a $1 million ticket and won in Monday's Powerball drawing. They still haven't come forward, though, to actually claim that money. KREM 2's Janelle Finch is joining us live from that location to share the store's reaction to their win. Hi, Janelle.
Hi, Whitney. A simple purchase of a Powerball ticket like this from this Maverik location here in Airway Heights resulted in a $1 million payday for one lucky winner. So this afternoon, I'm speaking with the store director about how it feels to know that his store is a part of someone's $1 million story and getting a cash bonus of $10,000 in the process. Think about the last trip you took to the gas station in the last week. Maybe you remember it as a quick trip to fill up the tank. You might have stopped inside to grab a bag of chips or drink for the road. Or with a $2 billion Powerball prize in play, you decided to press your luck and buy a lottery ticket. Thanks to a trip to the Airway Heights Maverik and 5 lucky numbers, one person is $1 million richer. Store director Brian Malador says when he got the call that his store sold a winning $1 million ticket, he couldn't believe it.
We all thought that was really exciting to be, have that happen in our little store right here in Airway Heights, because you don't really hear about those kinds of things. You always hear, oh, it's somebody in New York, it's somebody in California, but having it happen here at home is neat.
According to Washington's lottery, the odds of winning $1 million is 1 in 11.7 million. Officials say over 1.3 million tickets were sold in the state for Monday's drawing. This is the second Maverik location in the country to sell a $1 million winning ticket this month. At this time, we don't know who the lucky winner is, but according to Washington's lottery officials, that winner has just 180 days to claim their prize. Live in Airway Heights, Janelle Finch, KREM 2 News.
Well, I didn't buy my ticket in Airway Heights, but I'm going to double check my numbers just in case. All right, let's talk weather now. Beautiful out there. It's nice to see the sun shining. We're still feeling all that Arctic air, though, in the region. Pretty darn cold. It's not likely to warm up this week. However, Chief Meteorologist Jeremy Legoo does have us above freezing, at least at some point, right?
Yeah, I was saying, Whitney, it's a full-on heat wave in that 7-day forecast. We get all the way up to 38 degrees. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's going to be warm. Right now, not there. In fact, we sit below freezing here in Spokane. 31 degrees, but it was beautiful outside today. I hope you got outside and breathed some of that fresh air, got a little bit of that sunshine. Over the next 12 hours, temps drop. We're back down near 20 degrees overnight, and we don't really have much going on yet again. However, we put things in motion. Watch what happens early tomorrow morning. Another round of morning fog, and then a little bit of cloud cover as we get a storm moving by out to our west. That one dives down through Oregon, so we miss out on a brunt of it. Might see a little bit of snow over Snoqualmie Friday afternoon. Then it dries out as we head into the weekend. Saturday looking dry and sunny across much of the inland northwest. All in all, not a bad forecast overnight. Once again, fall back down near 20. Teens off to the north. By tomorrow afternoon, we are back up in the mid-30s, and look at that. Saturday, 37. Take it. It's going to feel really warm without any wind and a whole lot of afternoon sunshine.
We're going to take our wins where we can get them, Jeremy. Thank you very much. Well, in other top stories at this hour, KREM 2 just got court documents detailing how Spokane police identified the suspect in a 40-year-old cold case murder. Tracy Pruitt is accused of killing a Spokane businessman, Archie Rutherford, at his South Hill home back in 1982. SPD announced Pruitt's arrest just yesterday. He's now charged with first-degree murder. Court documents say the Washington State Patrol Crime Lab tested DNA from the crime scene and got its results back in June. A match report confirmed the blood found in the victim's kitchen is Pruitt's DNA. Court documents also say one set of fingerprints found on the victim's stolen Honda also matched his. Pruitt previously served a 27-year prison sentence for rape and robbery charges in Ohio. He remains in custody in California right now, awaiting extradition. We also learned how Pruitt's name first came up in the investigation, even before investigators found a DNA match to the crime scene. So make sure and join us for that. That's coming up tonight on KREM 2 News at 5. Now to an update from a deadly shooting involving an ATF agent last year. This was at the Motel 6 in the Sunset Hill area of Spokane. We now know there will be no criminal charges brought against that ATF agent after that agent had to use deadly force against a suspect. The Spokane County Prosecutor's Office confirmed he was justified in the use of deadly force while that suspect was trying to buy a prop gun. Previously, the undercover ATF agent had planned to meet with the suspect, Randy Holmes, for that transaction. Shortly after the two met, Spokane police responded for reports of gunshots. When officers arrived, they found Holmes with multiple gunshot wounds. He went to the hospital after the shooting and did survive. The ATF agent was also hit and has since recovered. KREM 2 is committed to bringing you the latest about the growth here in our area in our ongoing Boomtown series. In this week's election, voters passed a new law enforcement levy that will add 6 new deputies to Hayden, Idaho's force. This is in addition to the 4 deputies who are already assigned to the city. Hayden's law enforcement levy passed with 63% of voters' support, which means starting next year, the Hayden budget will increase by $500,000. That's to cover the costs of those new deputies. Right now, Hayden doesn't have its own police department, so those deputies will be hired by the Kootenai County Sheriff's Office. And the office says they're pleased that that levy passed.
This is something we were hoping. This is helps us provide more effective services for the city, the residents, quicker response, officer safety, and it also gets the deputies out into the rural areas of the county and allows the county's residents to be served with law enforcement services as well.
According to the city, Hayden's population has grown more than 20% just in the last 10 years to now over 16,000 people. The sheriff's office is hoping to hire and train those 6 deputies by next year so they can be fully operational in Hayden by early 2024. And coming up also tonight on KREM 2 News at 5, we're going to walk you through the timeline that got us to this past Tuesday's vote. And last night, we saw a big update in the race for Spokane County Commissioner in District 5. Political newcomer candidate Maggie Yates conceded to incumbent Al French for the last 2 days. French, though, was leading Yates by a small margin. However, last night, another round of ballots dropped, extending his lead. He is now leading Yates 51% to 48%, or almost 49%, which is just about 1,000 votes. Also last night, Republican candidate Tiffany Smiley conceded the U.S. Senate race to incumbent Senator Patty Murray. At last count, Murray held more than almost 57% of the vote. Smiley had about 43%. Tuesday night, both CBS and the AP called this race for Murray. It was one of the most anticipated races and elections for this season. Now Murray will begin her 6th term in the U.S. Senate in January. And Smiley did tweet out last night saying, "This evening, I reached out to Senator Murray and her campaign to congratulate her on her victory after a hard-fought race. I cannot thank my family, my team, and the wonderful people of Washington State enough for their support over the last 18 months." And the 2022 midterm election is still not over, with a number of key races still undetermined. We are waiting to learn which party will control the House and which party will control the Senate. Tonight, Natalie Brand has additional details from Capitol Hill.
Tuesday was a good day for America, a good day for democracy, and it was a strong night for Democrats.
President Biden thanked Democratic staffers and volunteers for their midterm wins, but acknowledged he'll need bipartisan support in Congress moving forward.
Regardless of what the final tally showed, I'm prepared to work with Republicans. But the American people have made it clear they expect Republicans to work with me as well.
It will be weeks before all the U.S. Senate races are settled.
Are you ready to do this one more time?
With the Georgia contest scheduled for a runoff election in early December.
And I did warn y'all that we might be spending Thanksgiving together.
Incumbent Democrat Raphael Warnock is hoping to repeat his 2021 runoff success. Republican challenger Herschel Walker returns to the campaign trail tonight.
We got less than a month, and I can put up with a month. Because right now this seat is a lot bigger than Herschel Walker. And I know they're going to throw more at me, even the kitchen sink, but I can catch it.
It's not just the Georgia Senate seat that's up in the air. Election officials in Nevada say counting there could last into next week.
We couldn't go any faster now, even if we wanted to. We in the state of Nevada must wait until Saturday to receive any of those ballots that were put into the United States Postal Service and postmarked by November 8th.
The razor-thin race between incumbent Democrat Catherine Cortez Masto and Republican Adam Laxalt is still a toss-up. Arizona's Senate race leans Democratic, but ballots there are also still being processed. Control of the U.S. House leans Republican, but dozens of races haven't yet been determined, including some key battleground districts from coast to coast. Natalie Brandt, CBS News, Capitol Hill.